excited. This week, we are going to be talking about the varietal Tempranillo. Let us know if you've ever tried Tempranillo before. We're going to have some fun. I'm excited. Tonight's featured wine is the Joy Cellars 2018 Tempranillo. So it was part of the November Basic Wino Wine Club. Make sure if you haven't been able to try it and you want to try it, to reach out to your Basic Wino consultant so you can get that boo. All right. So for those who don't know who we are, I am Tiara, aka T, your wine diva. And this lovely lady and baby with me. Who are you? And introduce yourself, my friend.
I'm Kay, the mom who has not slept in friggin' 24 hours. And you're a wine som. Well, I don't know what I am right now, honestly. Mom, yes.
Some mom.
I'm the som mom. So, for the kid having a breakdown. Literally right now. This is two kids with having a breakdown.
Oh my goodness.
Hold on. Sorry, world. If you don't understand this, I'm sorry. This is great birth control for you. You're welcome. Oh my goodness, children.
Oh my. Is that
a second ago we had all of this worked out and now we are just, everything is breaking down. All right, so let's talk a little bit about Tempranillo. Bud, can you go sit in the other room and watch that? Dude. Go in the other room and watch it. All right. If you guys are wondering if this is real life, it's totally real life. So now let's get started. And all you other people who are watching this who think that's super unprofessional, sorry, get over it. Anyways.
Welcome to the days of our lives.
So Tempranillo, I'm actually really excited about this because this is the first wine that we're doing that origin is not from France. I mean, at some point I'm like, can we just get out of France, right? Tempranillo's actually origin is Spain, Rioja in particular. It grows all over Spain, all the way down to the south in La Mancha. It is a beautiful, thin-skinned black grape. So even though it has some nice tannins, it is not a thick-skinned grape, but it does hold up to heat well, so that's why it does awesome in Spain. So that's what we will be drinking this evening. And I think we're drinking a Tempranillo from Paso Robles. So I'm excited about that, Central Coast. So if you guys are jumping on, tell us if you've ever had Tempranillo before, and if so, or if you're drinking it tonight, let us know that you're drinking it tonight. I know I definitely need 1, 2, maybe 5, 10
whole
bottles. And if you missed the beginning, just go back and you'll understand why. So let's get into drinking. I know that was really quick and that was a short, history on Tempranillo, but I really want to drink tonight. I mean,
all right.
Is anybody upset about that one? No?
It wouldn't be a wine day without wanting to drink, yeah?
Yeah, we definitely agree with that. So what we have here is, and I actually have already been drinking. So if you notice, there's a little bit out of my bottle, maybe a lot of it, about a half a glass, or half of bottle. So when you're drinking wine, the very first thing you want to do is you want to look at the color and you use something white. I don't have a white piece of paper, but I have an amazing white paper plate.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you hold that up, and actually this works really well. You can actually see the rim very well with this. And it's a nice, I would say ruby, medium ruby color.
Mm-hmm.
That's a baby.
I still have a cork from drinking wine the other day. So yesterday.
My baby's upset that she doesn't get any wine. She has to drink milk instead.
Girl, you got like 21 years, my friend.
21 years. Unless we move to Europe. Yeah. Yeah. So that it's a beautiful ruby color. And remember, you're looking at the rim. So we showed you that with the paper plate and being able to see the color on that. It's a beautiful color. Clarity. Fantastic. I'm like moving.
Is that a proper term? I don't know.
Clarity, fantastic. I don't think so. I'm going to go with it is not the proper terminology. Clarity is clear or hazy. It's clear. So I'm going to go with clear is fantastic. No.
Hold on. Gotta stop the drop. No, that was classy.
And then the intensity on this is deep, and we already talked about the color, which was a beautiful medium ruby. Sometimes Tempranillo is going to have more of a garnet color because it's a thinner skin grape.
Yeah.
So as it ages a little quicker. So you're going to get that nice garnet color. But this hasn't seen too much aging. It's actually really pretty. I love the color on this. And there's sometimes where I look at wine and I'm just like, man, they missed the mark with the color. Aesthetics are important to me, apparently.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. Now getting into the nose, this is the best part.
Second best.
Okay, second best. Because the first best is drinking. I really like the way things smell. Maybe that comes from cooking. So my wine smells clean. What about yours, too?
Very clean.
So you have clean or unclean. If you're going to smell something that's unclean, there might be some corkage on it or VA, which is volatile acidity. You're probably not going to experience that very often. But that just, usually if you smell an unclean wine, there's some faultiness in it, or maybe the winemaker was going for that effect.
Oh.
We can get into that maybe when we get an unclean wine. I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon.
Or like a natural wine, like since that's like kind of all the rage.
Yeah, and some like some white wines have like some botrytis on it, like they're going for that effect. The intensity on this, I would say, is medium.
Yeah. Can you expand on botrytis?
Can I expand on botrytis?
Like, what it mean?
So basically, it's yeah, that's how I feel too. It's basically a like bacteria that creates a faultiness in the wine that makes it kind of smell bready or yeasty. And some people kind of go for that because it gets you that kind of, it depends on the wine, but it gets you a nice like complexity to the wine.
Yeah.
I feel all over the place today. I'm not gonna lie.
I totally forgot to like send this out to like our basic wino peeps. So not bad, friends.
So the other things that I smell on this wine are cherry. I smell a lot of red fruit on this.
Okay. Yeah. Cherry, raspberry.
I was like, I smell turkey, but I'm making chicken broth.
Oh, I was literally about to say like I smell beef. It smells like tacos.
Are you making tacos?
No.
Oh.
I don't know why.
Maybe there is a little bit. Maybe that is what I'm smelling, like a little bit barnyardy.
Yeah, barnyard.
Okay. So maybe that is my glass and not my house.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I smell a lot of spices.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to like pinpoint the spices I smell.
It's like, don't smell the wine. I'm like, let's get in there. And I'm like, oh wait, about to touch my nose.
I don't have that much in my glass anymore. I smell like fall spices.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of like nutmeg,
Nutmeg, allspice,
allspice,
cinnamon.
cinnamon. Things that smell like they go good with barbecue.
Mm.
So yes, that's what I smell. So let's get into the good stuff. The number one thing when it, according to tea, is eating. I mean, drinking, eating. See,
All of them.
no sleep, y'all. 2 hours of sleep, mom life.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
Oh, this wine's delicious. It's
Mm.
dry.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing I notice. Acidity, medium minus.
Yeah.
So remember the way that you guys figure out the acidity on the wine is take a sip of the wine, lean your head forward, and that has, as you salivate, that kind of tells you how acid how acidic the wine is. So I'm salivating, but it's not crazy.
Yeah.
Like the Chenin Blanc last week, I felt like had a lot of acid on it, and my mouth just like filled up with water.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't that bad. Well, I think acid is awesome, so it isn't that acidic, not bad. Tannins.
I'd say they're pretty smooth. Like they're not. I mean, it's tannic, but
it is tannic, but it's not overwhelming the palate. And I think the acid is balancing it out really well. This is actually a really well balanced wine. So I would say tannins are still about medium, but maybe medium plus. There's a lot of dryness, but the acid just makes my mouth feel like juicy.
Mm-hmm.
So I like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the body on this, I would say like a medium body, but it kind of fools you a little bit because you think that the tannins are really like you think that the tannins trick you a little bit to think that it's a heavier body. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So this is delicious.
Delightful.
Tasting a lot of different things. But I needed to take another sip to make sure I was tasting a lot of things.
Are you sure you're tasting a lot of things?
Maybe I need to take another sip.
Yeah.
To taste all the things. But definitely, first thing I taste right off the bat is cherry.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree.
And raspberry. Like the tartness of a raspberry.
Mm-hmm. It's like tart and like the mid to back palate kind of feels.
All the good stuff is happening on my palate right now.
So, I mean, I know this one is from Paso Robles, which is in California, but like the origins of Tempranillo are Spain. What kind of climate is Spain?
I think Spain is very similar to California climate.
Okay.
So it's going to be a little bit warmer, but it's not hot. It's Mediterranean climate, so it's got that nice coastal breeze in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
But I would compare it to California climate as far as you have all different areas of Spain that have kind of different offerings when it comes to this. When you're trying like a Tempranillo from Spain, you're going to find a lot of flavors like plum, cherry, fig, and even tomato. So even though this is a Spanish wine and it's great with like Spanish food, it's also amazing with Italian food. So like this would go great with lasagna. This would go awesome with, chicken parm or pizza. And I actually had a friend who went to a pizza party the other day, and I gave her a bottle of Tempranillo to take with her. And it paired really nicely. It usually in Spain is going to have some oak on it, usually 6 to 18 months of aging in a French or American barrel. And you're also going to get other flavors and aromas on it, like vanilla that usually comes from the aging in a barrel, to things like leather, tobacco, cloves.
That's probably one of the
things that I was like smelling earlier. And even things like dill.
Really?
Yeah. So, yeah, I feel like I need more because I just drank it all.
This is so good.
This is really good. I think I'm going to drink it all. And then usually it's about 13 to 14% alcohol. And this one is 14% alcohol, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So this one, 2018 vintage, meaning all the grapes were harvested in 2018 from the Paso Robles region. Which, all right, so I've had multiple people, like I've been corrected by people that are like, I studied wine or whatever, and it's Paso Robles. And I've had people that live in California, they're like, it's Paso Robles. What is your opinion?
I mean, I call it Paso Robles, but whatever.
Say what you want. Say what you feel. Okay.
I mean, tomato, potato. It's just like people who live in Hawaii, and other people are like, it's not Hawaii, it's Hawaii.
Yeah.
So, I mean, as long as you don't completely slaughter it, I don't know. I'm
just drank the wine.
I've been told that I speak I speak French like an American and a Spanish or Italian like I'm Spanish. So I'm just like, judge me if you want. I'm probably not the most articulated som, and I don't really give a shit. How about that? I enjoy wine and I enjoy sharing it with people, and if you're down with that, cool. If you're not, then tough shit. I don't have enough time to care. I'm over here, the som mom with spit up all over me. So that's a little bit about Tempranillo. All the good stuff. So pairings, I feel like that's the fun thing.
That is the fun thing.
And you know what? Tempranillo is such a forgiving wine. It's so forgiving. So it pairs well with a lot of things. Because it has a medium body, you can almost go on the heavier side with food or the lighter side with food and not terribly F it up.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And not only will it go well with like Spanish food, like this would be awesome with the paella. It has a lot of fish in it. But it's got some crazy spices like saffron, which sometimes are harder to pair. But it'll go well with like Mexican food too. So like tacos, nachos, burrito, tamales. Yes. And things like polenta and grits and stuff like that too. So very Southern Italian ingredients and Southern ingredients from America too. But I think that's why this goes well with tamales. So if you put Mexican food and then like the grittiness of like the masa goes awesome with it. But it's got a nice like smokiness on it that makes it awesome with barbecue, as well as lasagna, pizza. We kind of talked a little bit about that. And then always wine goes great with charcuterie. And in Spain, jamón ibérico, you can go buy a gigantic jamón ibérico at Costco for $500 right now, and slice that. if you're feeling so daring.
What does that even look like? Like, I've definitely seen the like leg of lamb that's like as big as my entire body.
That's really what jamon iberico looks like. A gigantic leg of lamb, but it's not. It's a gigantic leg of pork.
Mm-hmm.
And what they do is they put it on like this gigantic like I don't want to, like, skewer is probably not the right word. And you just slice off as much as you want of it, like shave off a little pieces at a time. I like think like when we're doing grazing tables and stuff, how awesome would that be? But like you would have to have a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because once you start doing it, like start eating off of it, you got to keep going. Like that's not, you can't just like keep it on your counter for like years. You know what I mean? Like you got to eat that in a week.
Oh wow.
I mean, some people might disagree with me and say like, if you have the perfect like temperature in your house, you can probably keep it for months. And in Europe, maybe, but I don't know about here.
It's a little too hot in Cali.
So
maybe this time of year in like Minnesota.
Yeah, or even maybe in the like mountains up here. Maybe if you were like there or something.
Mm-hmm.
Which feels like if you don't turn on your heat, like a good refrigerator throughout the day. But yeah, so you could really. One day I want to have a grazing table that has 200-300 people. I think the biggest one we've done is for 150, and then we could get
still like crack.
It is a lot, but I mean, that would be a really fun thing to add to our grazing table. So, wouldn't that be awesome?
We are going to be talking. Oh,
so that has so yeah.
Love it.
I think that's it as far as like pairings and all of that good stuff.
So let us know what you're sipping on. Let us know if you've tried this wine. What are your thoughts on it? Because I definitely say, like, I'm someone that I like to chill my reds and put it in the refrigerator and then pull it out like an hour or so before serving it. So it's got like a close to cellar temperature, serving temperature. There you go. So I definitely put this. I had this in the refrigerator for a couple of days because I just knew I was going to forget before this live. And so I took this out probably about 45 minutes ago, and it was still a little too cold when I poured it into the glass. But as it's warming up and coming up to temperature, it's getting better. The more I drink it, the better it is. I don't know if that's the wine. It just tastes that good. If it's temperature, whatever, it's wine.
It's really good. And the other day, okay, so this is like, I don't know. I feel like Tempranillo smells a little bit like dirty socks. And I've always felt this way. Maybe it's not as appealing as fresh tennis balls. But dirty socks is kind of like
tennis balls.
If you watch Psalm, like one of the Psalms is like known for his fresh tennis ball statement. But like literally, I'm kind of liking the dirty socks.
The dirty socks? My socks do not smell like this. So either they're not dirty or
like dirty socks. Like I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I think it was that meatiness that we were talking about earlier. Yeah. Because it doesn't have a lot of complexity on the nose. It's like it's very straightforward. It's like cherry, raspberry, and like a little bit of vanilla. So like oak. But that's it. That's all
I'm feeling like it's like a sassy strawberry.
Yeah, like a little bit of a rotten strawberry.
I like sassy better.
Sure. The word I use is sassy. Call it what you want to call it. But that's where I'm getting the dirty sock smell from. And I know not everybody smells that because clearly not everybody's socks, I guess, smell as good as mine do. But yeah, it just
she uses whiffs. Her socks smell really good.
I do use washer whiffs. You're right. That's probably it. It's the washer whiffs.
What is a washer whip?
It's like these little balls that you like put in your laundry. They're like little tiny balls and they dissolve and they just smell so good. Ooh, Kelsey said she had it over the weekend and it was so good.
Yes.
Did you try it? Did you pair it with anything? And if so, like, what was it?
What did you pair it with? Did we talk about cheese?
We did. We did that. But I think this would pair amazing with manchego and fig.
Ooh. Ooh.
Or fig.
We have this burger recipe. OMG, it would be perfect with this burger. Okay, so Jay and I kind of nerdy. We like Bob's Burgers. Let us know if you ever watch the show Bob's Burgers because I think it's hilarious. It's fun. I even have, where are my keys? My keys should be over here. I don't know. But anyways, my keys say butts on them, and that's Tina. Tina likes butts, and I have a lot of random Bob's Burgers paraphernalia, including their burger cookbook. Which, if you ever watch the show, every episode there was like a burger of the day written on the thing. It's not a real thing, but someone took the time to create recipes for each one of these burgers. And one of them is a good manchego is hard to find burger. And it is a burger with just I think it's arugula, shallots, fig jam, and manchego cheese. And it's fire. It's amazing. And it would go amazing with this wine.
That sounds bomb. I was thinking when you said burger, like a burger that would be awesome with this is definitely caramelized onions, some arugula, like pretty much basically that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You could caramelize the shallots, and it's so good.
I mean, shallots. Just the difference between shallots and onions is shallots have a little garlic flavor to them.
Yeah, a little extra.
It's a little extra But if you can't find them, red onions work just as well.
Yeah, they're kind of a staple at our place. It's shallots and red onions. It's like something that we keep around. I feel you, Kelsey. Not a mom, but day drinking, totally a fan of, and I could always use wine.
And if you rewind this, you'll understand. Mom took over for a good 2 minutes before we had started, but then everything was cool. But the moment we pressed go, she started breaking down. Mikhail had issues, and I was just like, I don't care if this is unprofessional. If you don't like it, turn it off.
It was fun. I mean, from my perspective, because it's like Mikhail was like, I want to hang out, guys. I want to go live with you. And you're like, no, just go watch cartoons. And it was this hush in this moment. And I was like, all right, cool. It is 1 minute past. Let's hit the start button. Hit the start button. And all of a sudden the hush turns into real life. So when I do my coaching, I coach a lot of people on, going live and whatever, and social media stuff in addition to wine things. And I feel like people are always like, but I'm a mom and I can't go live. And I'm like, my biz best K here. You should see some of our lives.
I haven't had sleep. I smell. I have been thrown up on all day. I've been cooking, dealing with some personal family stuff, and literally dealing with these kids. Stop making excuses.
Oh my gosh.
So,
and, from my not having kids perspective, I mean, I was spat up on last week when I came over.
You know what somebody told me the other day?
Yeah.
If you get thrown up on, it actually means good luck and that you're going to get pregnant.
Please don't tell me that.
Isn't that exciting to you?
Oh my gosh. I'm gonna call Jay right now and see what he thinks about it.
Yeah, I would love to be a fly on the wall for that combo.
Babe.
But
my parents would love that though.
Who knows? Maybe it's not a real baby, but
pregnant with ideas and
sure. Yeah, whatever floats your boat.
And entrepreneurial stuff. I don't know. Mom life is glorious.
So if you made it this far in the video, thank you.
Thank you.
It's been rough It's been a rough day.
Yeah. We appreciate. And please, even though we're wild and crazy and antics, we have fun here. So like come back every Wednesday, same time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and invite your friends. Bring them to the party. We want this to be a big time where we all learn about wine, we all drink wine, and have a good time.
And I love to hear other people's stories about their kids and how crazy they are because it makes me feel better about my life. So thank you. Or if you're single, tell me about how amazing your single life is because I miss it.
You know, we can talk about going out on a Friday night and getting twisty, or going to your boyfriend's holiday party and then like waking up and being like, babe, how did I get home? There's a moment in time where I'm like, what happened?
I feel like that happens, but that's usually because of lack of sleep, not because I drink too much.
Yeah.
And the only puke that gets on me is no longer mine, it's hers, so.
Well, I mean, that didn't happen, but this party was lit, y'all. Oh my gosh. Everyone dressed in their 1920s best, and there was all of the alcohols. I don't know.
That's awesome.
I wasn't driving, so yeah.
Sounds amazing. Well, right. I think that's it for Tempranillo. And thank you for everybody who joined us. And if you are interested in learning a little bit more about keto tamales and keto and wine in general, we're doing a keto virtual class on Sunday. So if you're part of our wine club, you can totally hop in there and get all of the fun things. If you're not a part of our wine club, but want to check out and see what this is all about, you get to come in and try it out. So just let one of us know, or any of your basic wino reps, and they'll get you the link for that with all of the fun ingredients and stuff. I actually think it's on our page already. The grocery list is up. It's for everybody to get their ingredients. But that should be fun, and that's this Sunday. And I think we have some other cool stuff planned for the rest of the month.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know what our wine is next week, though?
Next week, I do believe, is bubbles. Who likes bubbles? Do you like bubbles? Because bubbles are like my fave.
I love bubbles.
Yeah. Next week is totally bubbles, and it'll be the last Wine Wednesday before the new year. The last Wine Wednesday of 2019. But yeah, it's going to be fun. So
maybe I'll get Grandma on for bubbles because Grandma loves bubbles.
Ooh. Grandma gets bubbly for some bubbly.
My grandma gets lit, so yeah. Well, hopefully we see you guys next week, or we see you at the keto virtual, or we see you at all the fun stuff.
All the fun. So yes, keto Sunday. Maybe you'll get to meet my parents. Bubbles next Wednesday, and brunch board the following Sunday. So we've got a lot of fun stuff planned for you guys. So definitely show some love, send out all the things, reach out to your basic wino rep if you want any more info, and have an awesome sauce rest of your Wine Wednesday. Cheers.
Cheers, y'all.